Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. We close out the week on my wife's birthday, December the 20th. I won't tell you how old she is.
Happy birthday, though.
I do want to go home tonight. Good to be with you. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon. Usually only see Aaron's hand come in on the side, but he's the... You can
My
see
face is here today.
The chick magnet here.
Yeah.
All the girls fawn over this guy. Yeah. And we have a studio audience today. Could you clap or something to let us know? Yes. We have 4 people. We should have charged admission.
We should have.
We could have bought lunch for ourselves or something. Unless they're buying you lunch after they leave here.
I don't know.
But good to have everybody with us, whether in person or tuning in here on Litter Media Live today as we close out the week. Dan Ramey is on assignment, Dan, and BJ Daly will be out on Litter Media Radio tonight with Mr. Glandon. And we'll tell you more about that coming up in just a moment. But first of all, let's start out with the weather. Cloudy skies today, high of 39, and then it gets a little bit cooler for the weekend. Talking about some sun and clouds for the weekend with highs both days of 31. Warming up for the week of Christmas, but rain comes with it. I think we'll be back up to 42 on Monday, and they're actually talking about 57 on one of the days after Christmas.
That's too warm for December.
Well, think about the people in Florida. They don't know what white Christmases are like. No. So this is, okay, you don't have any snow. So I guess it all depends on where you live. When we come back, we'll talk about topics. Speaking of Christmas, Santa was in town yesterday, and we'll tell you all about that. Coming up on Litter Media Live. First of all, we want to tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters, the big orange dumpster if you have a cleanup project in and around your home. And we'll show you this ghost map, which has Ross and surrounding counties. That's all of the areas that Scioto Valley Dumpsters will work with you in, whether you need the dumpster for a day or for a week. Give them a call, 253-8389. Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Well, make sure you put our website, littermedia.com, on your homepage. There's just an example of some of the stories that we have. Beneficial news that you can use. We don't talk about all of the bad news in the area. We let the other media take care of that. We try to focus on the more positive things. And something that was kind of neat happening in our community yesterday. A special visitor handed out packages to Chillicothe preschool students at Mount Logan. Part of the DARE Fill a Cruiser toy drive. Chillicothe Police Officer Tim Boltonhouse has more information.
It was late November. We started our toy drive, and so now, fast forward a few weeks later, and we're toward the end of it. We've had it was well over 130, 140 kids that we took care of on the toy drive and counting, plus every student at Mount Logan. We were able to help with Christmas stuff. Amazing time.
Great to see the kids see Santa.
Yeah.
Their reactions were classic.
It's great. This age group of Santa Claus, wow, there's no bigger presence in the world than Santa right now for them.
Yeah. All these kids are serviced by the DARE department?
They are, every single one of them. Every kid in Chillicothe, if DARE hasn't already done something, we will in the future for each individual kid.
How important is the DARE program?
A lot of folks think it's just, drug abuse resistance education, which it is, but we go so much farther than just drug education. In fact, I'm not going to educate preschool kids on drugs, but because the organization, we're able to still help them out. So a lot of the kids are going to go home today, talk about they seen Santa, and just, remember this time, whether, they probably have no idea what DARE is. Doesn't matter, it's still going to help them. So often when someone comes across a police officer, it's potentially the worst day they've ever had in their life. And, it's easy to kind of forget about that stuff. But, when these kids see police officer, Santa Claus, wow, maybe it's not so bad.
Santa rides away into the sunset. Now, our still shot here, of course, we just heard from Officer Bolton House, but the principal is Sarah Hawthorne, Vicki Bartlett, and, of course, next to Santa is Chillicothe Keys to Success President Bella Flores. But thanks to all of those who give to the kids down at Mount Logan. Well, everybody's heard of Bing Crosby, but I don't know that this Bing Crosby sings like Der Binger did. Bing Crosby Jr. of South Bloomfield up in Pickaway County has been appointed to the Ohio Developmental Disabilities Council by the governor. That's for a term that began December the 19th, which was yesterday, and ends December 31st of 2025.
The Highland County Task Force and Highland County Victim Witness Programs are conducting a free self-defense class for women at 9 a.m. on January 11th at the Lynchburg Clay High School Gymnasium. This is available for women of all ages by calling 937-393-5872 or go to their Facebook site.
Dr. Tim McDermott of Ohio State University's Extension, Dr. Christy Shaw of Ohio Department of Agriculture, and Jenna Gegerich from the Ohio Poultry Association will be having a webinar on highly pathogenic avian influenza, or bird flu. The webinar will be held at noon on Wednesday, January 15th. It's free and open to the public. They'll discuss biosecurity, signs and symptoms of the HPAI, and a state update on that disease, including a little on the effects that it has on dairy. So this is ag-related for those of you who maybe have a chicken raising operation. You might want to check that out. The Zoom to register is us02web.zoom.us.
And speaking of birds, interesting and uncommon birds often make their way to Ohio during the winter months, and now is a great time to look for them. The Ohio Division of Wildlife recommends bird enthusiasts to check out state wildlife areas, nature preserves, and parks feature diverse habitats that are open to the public year-round. Many of these areas offer excellent places to view winter birds. Some of Ohio's breeding birds migrate out of the state during the winter, but cold weather drives other iconic species here. And
Are you a bird fan? You like to watch birds?
I mean, I like birds. I don't like the team that is represented by this bird right here, who my Washington Commanders are playing on Sunday.
The Eagles, yeah.
Do they come to Ohio in the winter? Is that
well, actually, bald eagles aren't here permanently. Have you seen one?
I've seen, yeah.
Yeah. There's some that are around out in Frankfort, Bainbridge area. I know there's a couple of other places where the nests have been seen. But
they don't migrate?
If they do, they don't go very far because I think that they hang around Ohio pretty much year-round now.
When a couple of years ago, I was out back behind Brad Lytle Park where North Fork Creek is, and I went there to skip rocks in the summer. And I was walking through the trees, and I saw huge wings flap, and probably 5 feet in front of me, a bald eagle flew away.
Wow.
It was awesome.
You're sure it wasn't a buzzard?
I'm sure it wasn't a buzzard.
With the bad hair, too. Buzzards can have a big wingspan, too. But, yeah, bald eagles, they're kind of a regular. Now, when I was a kid, way back in 19, whatever, Canadian geese did not hang around here in the winter. But it seemed like about 20 to 30 years ago, something happened, and they just stuck around here all the time. I don't think you can get rid of Canadian geese now. They're everywhere.
One of them attacked my mom one time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You mean like a drop?
Well, no. I don't remember who it was, but we were riding bikes down the bike path. And one of them started running up to my mom, and she got off her bike and ran away from it.
Is that right, Amy? Did that happen? Amy's one of our studio audience today. We ought to have a special edition, the traumatic impact of being chased by Canadian geese. All right. Well, that's our news topics for today. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports. A lot of football to talk about, especially on the college scene. All that ahead on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been around for 45-plus years now and still going strong. They're growing all the time. Not only covering the Scioto Valley, but Central Ohio, Southwest Ohio, over down towards the Ohio River. Whether you're maybe residential or you need some contract work done, give Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing a call.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Mike and Aaron back with you on Litter Media Live. We're talking at the outset of the news about bookmarking our website, littermedia.com, but also keep the score page handy. This is a very popular part of our website that people are going to with high school scores. And last night in girls non-conference basketball, as you can see, Waverly beat Miami Trace. Miami Trace rallied late. They were down by like 20. But Waverly hung on for the three-point win. Big night for Paige O'Brien. She had a double-double, 25 points and 18 rebounds for the Lady Tigers. Logan Elm, a winner over Chillicothe, 62-38. Paint Valley really put it on Western, 67-8. Eastern Pike over Southwestern, 46-33. And Fisher Catholic over Shekinah Christian, 59-33. In the TVC, Athens, this was a battle of two conference unbeatens. Now, remember, Athens was the team that beat Meigs 100-8.
Yeah.
Well, last night over Alexander, handing Alex their first conference loss, 49-37. Waterford over Belpre, Fetid Hawk over Trimble. In the Shack, it was Fairfield beating Lynchburg Clay, Ripley over Eastern Brown, and Fayetteville down Peebles. In boys basketball in the OVC last night, Portsmouth beat Colgrove, Rock Hill over Gallia, Chesapeake down South Point. In the SOC 1, this was actually a conference game, St. Joe beat New Boston 66-53.
It's a battle in the SVC tonight for our Litter Media Radio Game of the Week. We're going to Paint Valley to watch Huntington take them on. Coverage will begin around 7 p.m. with Dan Ramey and BJ Daly. I'll be down there taking photos of the game, and you won't be there.
I will be off tonight celebrating my wife's birthday, which I won't, again, tell you her age. It's wrestling today out at Huntington High School. It's the Huntington Holiday Wrestling Classic. 13 area high school teams are going to be participating, and that starts at noon, which is about 45 minutes away as we do this live, and that goes into the evening hours. Again, as we said, 13 area high school teams slated to compete. If you're going out, tournament T-shirts will be available for sale. I said noon, I think. Actually, I apologize for that. They start at 1 o'clock today. But as you can see, Adina, McLean, Piketon, Western, Waverly, Wellston, Hillsborough, Manchester, Harvest Prep, Logan Elm looks like they have maybe part of their team. They're calling them Logan Elm Red. Same thing for Washington Blue, Greenon, and then the host school, Huntington. That's all day today and tonight out at Huntington High School. The CBJ, I'm happy I get to report a win.
Yeah,
I'm always talking about them losing. They snapped their 5-game losing skid last night, beating the Devils by a score of 4-2.
Oh, yeah, this is mine. OSU men play Kentucky basketball at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. It's on CBS.
Mm-hmm.
And you have one.
And then as far as football is concerned, that's today. The Ohio Bobcats in the Cure DNA Bowl or something like that, something new. Of course, the Bobcats are the champs of the MAC, and they're going against I believe it's the ACC champ, Jacksonville State, at Camping World Stadium down in Florida. That kicks off at 12 noon today. That's the noon thing that I was thinking about.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking of.
And this is on ESPN, the main channel. ESPN starting at noon today. Go Bobcats under their new head coach, Brian Smith.
And the one everyone's been waiting for, OSU hosts Tennessee at 8 p.m. tomorrow in college football playoffs opening round.
Another one that people are waiting on. I saw today that they're talking about the Bengals still being in the postseason hunt. Is that right, Joe?
There's a lot of things that have to happen for them to get in.
Yeah.
But it's not completely unlikely for all those things to happen.
Okay.
I think the Broncos have to lose a couple games. Who won last night in Broncos Chargers? Do you know?
No, I didn't even see that the result of that game.
Did the Chargers win?
Broncos
won.
Was that one of the things that had to happen?
I think the Broncos have to lose 2 out of 3 or something like that. But they play against the Chiefs again and another good team, I think. I think they play the Bengals.
Yeah. Well, of course, the Bengals on Sunday afternoon, their state rivalry with the Cleveland Browns. That's in Cincinnati. The Chargers won, we just found out. So that's at 1 o'clock Sunday. And a related note with that, the Ohio Traffic Safety Office is leveraging its partnership with the Bengals and Browns to encourage all fans to play it safe and don't drink and drive, no matter which team wins this Sunday, or no matter how bad they've both played at times this year. You can be the MVP by planning ahead for a sober ride home.
And, of course, for the Bengals to make the playoffs, they have to win out.
They got to win.
Bengals fans should be rallying for a win here.
Yeah. So that's all coming up Sunday at 1. When we come back, our This Date in History, we're not going back way too far. 1989. That's all coming up on Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online all the time. Customer payment, account information, and more. Log on at litterpropane.com.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
Our studio audience was just giving us here's what has to happen, and I've come to the conclusion of all those things happening, the second coming must be imminent.
Well, it's not completely off the table because the Colts have to lose twice, and they're not that good. The Dolphins have to lose twice, and they're not that good. And the Broncos need to lose to the Chiefs and the Bengals. Mm-hmm. The hardest thing is going to be the Bengals winning out because I don't think their defense can do it.
Yeah, great offense, but defense is AWOL on a number of occasions.
Yeah.
So we wrap up, as we always do, with a little history note. On this date in 1989, now there are some people in our audience that will remember this. You remember this, Joe or Amy? Who is that guy?
They don't remember.
There's a quiz on this after. Yes, he's from Panama. The United States invades Panama in an attempt to overthrow military dictator Manuel Noriega. He had been indicted in the United States on drug trafficking charges and was accused of suppressing democracy in Panama and endangering U.S. nationals. I think the U.S.'s main concern was the Panama Canal, to be honest with you. Noriega's Panamanian defense forces were promptly crushed, forcing the dictator to seek asylum with the Vatican Nuncio in Panama City. but he later surrendered on January 3rd of 1990. But it was on this date that the U.S. invaded Panama in 1989.
Never heard of him.
Never? They didn't teach you this in history class.
No.
Because you weren't even born yet. Katie, were you weren't even around yet. You guys weren't even married yet in 1989, were you? Gosh, I'm the only old man.
Didn't something similar to this happen in Godfather Part 2? When there was the scene when there was the coup with Fidel Castro?
Well, that was, 1959, Bay of Pigs, little incident down there.
Yeah. You've never seen The Godfather?
I try not to watch much of it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And, I've seen the horse head in the bed. And I think I only looked for that just because everybody was talking about it. So
it's a great movie. Godfather Part 2 is overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Never seen the third one.
Yeah. A lot of times the sequels are, why did they just leave it alone? One of those.
A lot of people say it's better.
Yeah, probably the Star Wars movies. Maybe some people thought the sequels were better. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah. So
Empire Strikes Back.
Come see, come saw. You going to any movies this weekend? We haven't had a movie review from you in a while.
I haven't seen anything in theaters for a while. I wanted to see the new Alien
Married
movie.
Life does that to you.
I wanted to go see the new Alien movie. Didn't get a chance to. I wanted to see Gladiator Part 2. I don't know if that's still out, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
That's Denzel Washington's in that, right?
Yeah, he is.
But Russell Crowe's not making a cameo as a dead person or
not as far as I know.
Prequel vision or anything like that.
Not as far as I know.
Yeah, I saw the previews of that, and but I have seen that movie. I have seen
Gladiator.
Yeah. There's some classics you just gotta sit down and watch them.
Dan Ramey says he saw 2 bald eagles on Monday.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did he say where he saw them?
Past 2 bald eagles in a field along 180 and Dry Run Road.
And 180. Yeah, they're around. I think my wife out in front of Adena High School, there's retention ponds out there. And I think one day she said she saw one swoop down and grab a fish out of the water and kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you'll see them out. Just keep looking. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Of course, next week is Christmas week, a lot of activities surrounding the Christmas holiday. But you and I will be here on Monday because Dan is off next week with a much-deserved vacation. So have yourself a great week. Go Bucks. Go Bobcats. Go Bucks against UK in basketball. I don't know if anybody else that we care about is playing unless you're a Bengals or a Browns fan.
I'd probably root for the Bengals over the Browns, but I don't really care.
I'm a Browns fan, but they're out of it. So I'd like to see the Bengals get in. I like Joe Burrow, so go whoever.
Did you see what he bought his offensive linemen as Christmas presents?
I don't know that I saw that.
He bought them all katanas.
Really?
Authentic samurai katanas.
Wow. Well, good luck. Good luck with all that. Have a great weekend, everybody, and good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you on Monday at 11 o'clock here for another edition of Litter Media Live. So long.